I am often asked, Mario, where you get the strength to hike around the world and plant trees of memory for suicide victims, to support families after a suicide, to help suicidal people personally, and to write texts every week for suicide prevention and suicide aftercare. How do you do it? Well, the answer is short. It's the pain. Pain was never a stranger in my life. It burned into my skin, crept into my night, shattered my dreams. Injustice, loss, death, they could have destroyed me. My partner's suicide, my own journey to the brink of life, to resuscitation, all of that could have been the end. But that's exactly where I found the strength to keep going, step by step, kilometer by kilometer, and tree by tree. I hike around the world because death didn't swallow me whole. I hike because I want to give it an answer. This answer isn't loud speeches in front of millions. It's not a glaring spotlight. My answer is trees of memories. And every tree bears the story of a person lost to suicide and gives those left behind a place where their grief is seen, where their love can take root. I do this because I know what it means to sink into silence and darkness, because I've understood that it's not the absence of suffering that heals us, but the decision to draw meaning from it. I transform my powerlessness into action and my scars into a map that shows others you are not alone and you can do it too. It's not about reaching millions for me. It's about the individual, about the one person in need, the one on the margins who perhaps just needs a sign, a voice, a listening ear, a tree, this video, in this very moment. Sure, it would be better if people would listen, if they would take the time, if they would share something that doesn't concern them, but someone they don't know is in need. But I've come to terms with it, and I'm grateful if I can help one person without an audience of millions. I know what I do won't save the whole world, but it can save the world of one person. And that's enough. And I know if you allow it, and if life is important to you, you will realize that even from your suffering, a new life can emerge. One with a large dark black spot that's good again, just good in a very different way. And I really know what I'm talking about.
Good morning. Hallelujah. There is some blue sky. It's like salvation. Thanks God. So I can leave today with big and fast steps towards Rusa. Well, time to say goodbye because those shoes are broken now, and they were wet for a couple of days, and while it's dry it's still perfect to walk in them, but with all the wet grass and everything it doesn't make sense anymore, so I have to say goodbye. You are really great shoes. Well, the first 9 kilometers were on a highway again, but now I can leave this to a little countryside road. Thanks God. That's the only street in this area, and it's like a racing street. The next 130 kilometers following just this fucking road. And in 50 kilometers I can change directions, which will be 20 kilometers longer.
There is a little lake, and I'm wondering if there is a path down. It would be perfect for spending the night there. Every kilometer is an accident victim. The last stone was for 4 young guys. After 25 kilometers on this really shitty road, I'm fucked up, really. And so I left it, and I hope I find here somewhere on the left or on the right, behind the trees, a space where I can stay. Well, we found a nice place where we have got some peace with a side, and because there's a strong wind protected behind this tree. But it's really time to get home. Now this part is somehow broken and the stuff is just working if I press my finger really strong on it all the time. That's such a shit. And I still have to be grateful because it couldn't work at all. Then I wouldn't have got coffee or food, and so it's working. Be grateful for every shit. It could be worse.